To me and many other teenagers, my most important identity trait is my gender. Although I take pride in my gender, society sometimes makes it difficult to feel empowered as a young woman. Censorship of women's bodies in everyday life is just one of the many ways people try to control and oppress women. One of the many examples of the censorship of women's bodies is the traditional school dress code. If you look at any school dress code, you'll most likely see the same pattern: strict rules for girls and little to none for boys. The general justification for this inequality is that girls showing skin may be a distraction to male students. This point, however, pushes rape culture ideas by telling girls they are irresistible to men, and that it's their responsibility to control themselves because men cannot resist their sexual urges. School dress codes are just one of the many examples of sexism in day-to-day life.
Now we're going to talk about how women are discriminated against for breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is a controversial topic, yet it shouldn't be. Babies need to be fed, and they decide when they want to eat. Mothers need to tend to their babies' basic needs to survive, and most of the time the mothers have to breastfeed in public. Many mothers have received unwanted attention, dirty looks, and even been asked to leave certain establishments just for breastfeeding their kids. The stigma surrounding breastfeeding is one of many examples of the oppression women face in their everyday lives. Now we're going to discuss some controversial events surrounding the Super Bowl halftime show. Super Bowl 38 was broadcast live on February 1st, 2004 in Houston, Texas. Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake performed the world-renowned Super Bowl halftime show. At the end of their performance, you can see Timberlake reach over Jackson's shoulder and pull his arm back. This motion caused one of Jackson's bra cups on her bustier to rip off. One of Jackson's breasts had fallen out, but you could clearly see that Jackson's nipple was covered by a pasty. The Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, fined CBS a record $550,000. Just 15 years later, Adam Levine performed with his band Maroon 5 at the '53 Super Bowl halftime show. During his performance, Levine took off his shirt completely. Even though Levine's bare chest was fully exposed, while Jackson's was completely covered, Levine had no fines, and there was no controversy between the FCC and CBS. I would ask the question, how come Adam Levine can have his nipple on display, but Jackson cannot? But Janet's nipple was fully covered, and it wasn't even her fault. This is just one of many examples of discrimination against women for showing certain parts of their bodies, while men are not shamed for showing the same parts.